It's the TSW ToyBox podcast from Talk Star Wars. Each month, collect a brand new show, each released separately, featuring 3 hosts with movable arms and legs. Mark,
the Supreme Master, the Emperor.
Jeremy,
and he's got a lightsaber.
And moderated by Rob.
There's a trash monster.
It's the TSW ToyBox from Talk Star Wars.
Now I know the Force is with us.
Hello and welcome to the TSW ToyBox. As always, I'm your host Rob, and I'm joined by Jeremy.
Hi.
And Mark.
Hello.
Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, and you?
Both doing good? Yeah, all good, mate, all good. So this is our proper first episode. We've had the thumbs up from the Star Wars community. So we're off and rolling.
Much.
Yeah. Yeah, on that note, actually, I want to say thank you to everybody who sent us really great, really kind feedback about the debut episodes. We were really taken aback by how well that went. You know, look forward to more of this now, because we know you like it.
Thank you already.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right, Mark. So yeah, if you've got questions for the TSW ToyBox, or if there's anything you want us to talk about specifically, you can email us at talkstarwarsinfo@gmail.com. Obviously, you can connect to Talk Star Wars on Twitter, Facebook, and places like that. So, gentlemen, we're going to start with what will be a recurring segment by the time we get a few episodes in. What's new in your vintage lives? So, each of you can tell me, one after the other, what you've picked up recently since the last time we got together. So, let's start with Mark.
Right, well, I've got a nice brown snake Yoda.
Brown snake Yoda, okay.
There's the orange snake and the brown snake.
Ah, okay, I see.
Brown snake is quite rarer.
Oh, okay, now, yeah, I had to look it up, but I can see what you mean now. But, yeah, there's 2 side by side, one orange, one brown. So you got the brown one.
Yep.
You say that's harder to get.
Wayne Totty from Echo Base on Facebook.
Well, we're going to be talking about them in more depth in a moment, I'm sure.
Yep. He sent me an R5D4 as well.
An R5D4? Very nice. So do you have the orange snake Yoda as well, or is this just...
No, I don't have the orange snake Yoda.
Okay, so this is just the one you wanted?
Yeah, I just thought I love it.
Yeah, nice. Jeremy, how about you, mate?
I only have naked Yodas. I've got 2 naked Yodas. They're going to do a little podcast with Steve, 2 naked Yodas and
Naked Steve's Naked Hour is, I don't know if that's high up on the list in the VIP initiative, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm not entirely sure that you'd want to be doing that on Dagobah, because I think nakedness on there would be leech infested.
I did think last week.
Yeah, a full stand by me moment.
How dirty Yoda actually was. I mean, it must have been 20 years.
No, quite possibly.
His clothes must have been filthy. He must have stunk.
Yeah, probably. He didn't have a washing machine or anything visible, did he?
No.
No, that's...
Maybe you can force clean. Maybe got some kind of force cleaning abilities.
He might have a maid, just like comes over from a nearby moon, just tidies up and then leaves and does all the washing.
Yeah, she did. She wasn't doing it. It also wasn't her week to do it, was it?
No,
when Luke turned up.
Definitely not.
It was on the other night, Empire Strikes Back, actually. Did anyone watch it?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't even realise it was on.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a good fun movie. If you like it, then you probably heard it with the Empire Strikes Back TSW commentary, which is
of course available
now in the TSW feed.
I didn't actually watch it with the commentary. I should have done that, so I should have to revisit. Is it a sweary commentary? Can I watch it with Freddie or not?
Oh no, you can watch it with Freddie. That's fine.
Oh, that's all right.
No, the commentaries, literally the only thing that's...
sweary or not, I couldn't remember.
Literally the only thing that's PG-13 or above with TSW is the After Dark Side now. Everything else is PG. So
everything else is beeped.
Everything else is... Yeah, exactly. Everything's fine. So Jeremy, what about you? Any purchases in your recent history?
Well, I have to say that I haven't done any purchasing, but I have been doing some planning. I've been looking at the way my collection's laid out, and it's in a glass cabinet, and it doesn't... I've got 70-odd figures, but it doesn't look that exciting, so I am planning kind of converting them into some dioramas and building an indoor moon forest.
Okay.
And a rancor pit and things like that. But I've been doing research this week, and it looks really, really, really hard. And I fear I've bitten off more than I can chew, but I'm going to do it anyway. I haven't got the I'd like the village, obviously, the Ewok village one of these days, but...
Funnily enough, I just sold mine last night.
Well, you're no good to me then. But no, but I do now have a good excuse to go buying again. So,
yeah, okay.
Well done.
Did you need one?
I've had my fingers wagged at me a few times. Why are you buying toys? So I have to do it under the pretext of this is for Freddie.
Okay.
And I've got there's a new Millennium Falcon nightlight I bought the other day, which is for Alana, because Freddie's got a Death Star and a Stormtrooper head. And Alana, I bought Chewbacca the other day, and then I found the Millennium Falcon. So they've now got 2 each. And very soon they'll be growing out of them, and they'll be in with my collection.
Yeah, oh no.
I did pick up from Tesco's, they're not vintage, but some massive figures of K2SO, Darth Vader, Death Trooper, and a normal Stormtrooper. They went down to a tenner.
Oh, wow.
That doesn't look right.
That's cool.
And so I bought the 4 that they had. I went back in the next day and they're back up to £25.
Oh, blimey, so you got a good deal.
Result. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, they're hidden. I don't know about them apart from all the big bits of this now.
I do love your logic, by the way, Jeremy. That doesn't look right. I'd better buy 4 of them.
No, I bought the 4 figures, so the 4, variations of figures.
Yeah.
They had a Jyn Erso, but she was still £25, so I didn't buy her.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Sticky Jyn Erso is £25. But no, I can now get back to buying my my vintage. Which I'm very much looking forward to. R5D4, as you mentioned earlier, he was always my favourite. I haven't got him either.
Oh.
Or Greedo. Greedo's the next on my list. I need a Greedo.
Greedo. Okay.
Yeah.
You have Greedo Greed.
Yeah, I have Greedo Envy.
Yeah.
I don't have a Greedo. I've got loads of bounty. I've got all the other bounty hunters. I've got 2 Boba Fett's. Got a couple of Boss and things like that, but I don't have a Greedo. And he was the first one we met, albeit briefly. So yeah, a Greedo and a Clicky Head R2. I'm going to actively pursue them now.
Yeah. So Clicky Head Greed. So Clicky Head R2D2 and a Greedo.
Clicky Head Greedo? No.
Yeah. Not Clicky Head Greedo. That's no good.
No, he's more crispy head by the time we finish with him.
So actually, Mark, that's a good point. Did you pick up anything non-vintage in Star Wars in your Star Wars travels recently, or is it just vintage stuff?
I was in the local shopping centre and I walked past the Disney store. Noticed the Elite series, the diecasts are at £10 each now.
Really?
Even the Rogue One ones.
Okay.
So I got Darth Vader, an R2D2, and the Black Droid from Rogue One.
Very nice. That's the C2B5, is that it? Something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'll pick those up.
Cool. Well, that's
I did get a Rogue One T-shirt as well.
Always nice. Got to love a good T-shirt.
It's part of my ongoing man cave collection. They just live on the wall now.
Yeah.
As part of the decor.
Did your video make it up onto the YouTube page, your man cave one, yet, or not yet?
I haven't done it yet, no, because I don't know whether I'm going to. Again, I've got a few man caves there, haven't I?
Yeah, true.
I don't know whether I'm going to do my Endor Moon diorama first, and then go, this is there, and it's. I've got stuff coming on Monday that I've ordered from eBay.
Yep.
Some craft stuff that I can start building the bunker. I want to start trying to build the bunker.
Okay.
Nice.
And then, because you can't buy the bunker and all, you might be able to in the latest series, but not vintage. So we'll try and make that, and if I can make them look half decent and not like Freddie's built it. Sorry, Freddie. But, if it looks like I made it at school, then it's pointless.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to put that on a video because look at this kind of sort I made a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
And I'm cutting sellotape and stuff. So I'll see. But I did a little a little video of the Empire magazines and things that I had over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And some of the pictures that were on the wall, I've decorated my wall with nerdy films that I love. Including many that no one's ever heard of.
Okay. Well, that's a nice thing to decorate with, I think. That's an appropriate...
the thing about where I've got my man cave, it's a listed building. The building's almost 600 years old, so I can't just be drilling into the wall willy-nilly. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't, because 600 years old. I mean, there's people listening to this podcast probably whose countries aren't that old.
Yeah, probably true, actually.
You kind of you've got to show a little bit of respect.
Sure.
But to decorate a little bit, I just stuck them on the wall with a bit of tape. They've got wallpaper up there anyway, so it's not going to hurt anything. Because I tried to put the Rogue One stuff that Mark gave us up on the wall. It's beautiful artwork. But I have got a partition wall I could put them on. But then that led me to thinking, I know what else I could put on the wall.
Yeah.
And I also might print off that amazing drawing that Matt Keegan did.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it's awesome.
That was amazing.
Yeah, really, really cool stuff.
I had no idea that the work that went into it. I just thought people sat down and drew. Probably why I can't draw for toffee. But it was just amazing. So I might print that off, stick that on the wall somewhere as well.
Yeah.
But that's...
Okay, cool. So that's... I haven't got anything to add to this one, unfortunately. It's been a little bit quiet on my purchasing front recently. I've got my own a couple of things, but I'll come to those towards the end. So the subject of this discussion today is about vintage and how you go about getting hold of some. So I thought you guys would be well placed to talk about where you might find where you go when you guys are looking for vintage stuff, where you look, and I
mentioned earlier Echo Base on Facebook. That is the best place, really, because you're not going to get repro, you're not going to get ripped off. The prices are the right prices.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a UK-based group. You're not going to be paying the postage from America.
Always nice. So, how long have you been a member of that group?
About 6 months, I would say.
6 months. Okay. What got you What got you in there?
I just found it. I think I was on a few groups, but they were American.
Okay.
And I got quite a bit of stuff from over there, but you're waiting for it.
Yeah.
As opposed to a UK base, it's coming in a couple of days.
Yeah. I'm just finding it. I'm just having a look at it on Facebook.
I'm a member as well. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I was about to say, it looks like you're a member, Jeremy. It looks like Rob Cast is a member as well, actually. Which is, I don't know if maybe he finds it easier to get stuff from there than from Canada. Cause
I've got Jabba from there. It was brilliant. I got it in a couple of days. Really, really easy.
Yeah, nice. So Echo Base on Facebook is one of them. So what we'll do is we'll put links in in the show notes for all the different places we talk about, so we can give them a suitable plug.
They're having a convention 8th of April in Redditch.
Oh, whereabouts? Redditch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Echo Live.
Okay. I don't know, by the time this comes out to the main TSW audience, I think that will have been and gone.
Right. I think they do it 6 months. I think.
Oh, they do it every 6 months. There you go.
So the next time they do it.
So it's, is it got a particular name, or is it just...
It's just Echo Live.
It's called Live, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. We've got a couple of stormtroopers.
Cool.
Going,
nice.
The one that bumped his head, I think he's going.
Oh, nice. Okay. What a hallmark of fame that is. I'm the guy.
Above my head.
He's the most famous stormtrooper, though, isn't he?
I was going to say, because, if you think about it, he can trade for possibly his entire life on the convention circuit just with that one claim to fame. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, what other ones are there? So Echo Base is your preference. What other ones are good?
You got eBay.
eBay, yeah.
But you got to be wary of reproductions.
Yeah, you've got to be careful, haven't you, on eBay?
Yeah, very careful.
Yeah.
You have to really know what you're looking for.
I probably won't bother putting a link to eBay.
You've got to know the value of things as well, haven't you?
Sorry, Jeremy, say again?
You have to really know the value, because you can get really carried away with finding art and you think, I love that, I really need that. And then, you sit and you click and go, just another fiver. You really, I think with eBay, you've got to go, I I'm willing to pay that, and you have to draw the line and just go, that's it. And if you lose it for a penny, then you've got the fun of looking for it still. You know?
Yeah, it's tricky. I have that trouble too when it comes to collecting things like HeroClix and stuff. Yeah. It can be tough to talk yourself out of, just another £1, and then you realise that you're actually paying, you're already a tenner over the odds for how often they sell, and you're going to go up even higher. I don't know if you guys do this. I tend to do this a lot with, when I'm on an auction on eBay, I tend to look at the sold listings and see how much it's gone for in the past, because, if it's gone massively less than that in the past, and then I'm really paying over the odds, and I might be lucky enough that next time, if it comes on again, I might be able to get it cheaper. So I tend to there's a point where I draw the line, and it tends to be where, where it's already been sold previously cheaper, or around the same price.
Avoid Sunday nights.
Yeah. Why is Sunday nights bad?
It's when most of the auctions are finishing.
Yeah, okay.
It seems to be anyway.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. If you research it, Sunday nights are the highest price. It's the best time to sell something, but not buy.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Actually, I've been told that it's a good time to sell, to have your listings end on a Sunday. So yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah.
Another thing to avoid is drunk eBay. I've done drunk eBay and stuff turned up, and you think, did I order that? I remember Binatone turning up years ago, and I'm thinking, did I order? I mean, it's great. I bought myself a Binatone, but I don't remember it. So yeah, avoid drunk eBay. It's never a good thing.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing you've drunk eBayed? Is it the Binatone?
I think the unexpected. Yeah, because I already had one. I used to have. I used to have a big house in Margate, and I had. I've always been a bit of a hoarder, so I had this computer room, but I had every games console you can imagine. I had an Atari Woody, a Vectrex, Spectrum ZX80 and 81, and all of these different, and I'd collected them over years, and a lot of them were my original ones. Commodore VIC-20s and Atari 400s and stuff. And I had a Binatone, which was great. It didn't work very well, but I had a Binatone. And then a little while later, another Binatone turned up. I thought, why on earth have I got 2 Binatones? Yeah. Spare Binatones are not really the thing you need. And no, another thing I bought is I had a game turn up that I remember loving as a kid, but I never had the console for it, so I had a spare game. I've got this stupid boy.
What about you, Mark? Any sort of buyer's remorse eBay purchases recently that you can...
Not really. Could have the games route. It's probably a Scramble.
A Scramble? Why does that ring a bell?
Scramble, brilliant. I had that on my Vectrex.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I used to collect the old, the old grandstand arcade machines.
Yeah.
And the Astro Wars and the Tron.
Oh, okay.
And I never really liked the Scramble, but I thought I bought it.
Cool.
Is that the one that it had its own screen and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that as well. Yeah, or you had the adapters with 4-way adapters in the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had those. Yeah. Alien Chase and Dracula and stuff like that I ended up with.
Cool. Nice. So eBay's a kind of, it sounds like we're saying it's a good one, but buyer beware.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. I've learnt a lot by making mistakes on eBay that if I'd have done more research, I wouldn't have necessarily done.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mark, you mentioned about repro. Is that a common place to find it on eBay then?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
It is hard to look for. You really need to know what you're buying.
Yeah. So the trading group like Echo Base and the other ones, do they tend to be a bit more diligent in telling you it's repro?
Yeah, there was some repro.
I don't think you'd get any repro off Echo Base.
No, there was some repro.
Oh, okay. So they're just completely don't sell it at all.
No.
Oh, that's even easier to manage, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably why it's the best place to go.
They quite often put videos of burning repro weapons and stuff on there and things, but they really really hate them. They burn them.
That's really quite a that's a bold statement.
It's a statement,
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's where to buy them in terms of where you can browse.
If you're lucky, you can, bump into them at a boot fair or a charity shop and things like that. I've done that occasionally.
Yeah, kind of toy fairs. Usually beaters, but that depends what you're looking for, really.
Where? Sorry, beaters.
Beaters, yeah.
Well, I'm not familiar with it.
Played with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose. Car boots. Yeah, car boots you tend to find there second hand, aren't they?
Yeah,
almost exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But I suppose if you just want
anyway.
Yeah, Jeremy, you said before, didn't you? You like them with a bit of personality to them.
Yeah, very much so. It's,
which is fair enough.
And I bought a couple from. There's a little sci-fi by the sea thing that is down in Herne Bay. The stalls, and if you should go there, Mark. Mark, you should go there because it's a bit of a travel for Mark over here. There's loads of you get Funkos and all kinds of stuff there.
Oh, cool. Okay. Nice.
And it's only a few quid to go, and it's loads of people dressed up in cosplay and stuff, but you can pick up lots of stuff, and it's not crazily priced. If you go to the Star Wars Celebration stuff, it was brilliant to mooch around the stands, but obviously they're paying £3,000, for a table. It's going to cost. Yeah, they have to get them over. So the things they're selling are hugely inflated pricing, so it's nice to look at them. But I think I bought a Lando Calrissian. But
okay.
He was the only thing I bought up at Celebration.
Okay, fair enough. So, Mark, I can't remember if we talked about it in episode 0. Are there any kind of toy fair things up near you that are kind of run regularly?
Toy fairs, yeah. There's one at Pudsey, which is near Leeds. The Bolton one. If you go a bit further down, NEC, Birmingham.
Yeah.
There's it's Barry Potter fairs. They do them all around the country.
Oh, okay. And how often do they run?
They do more or less every week.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's really. I was expecting you to say maybe a push. I was expecting monthly.
I've got the collected Gazette here, I'll tell you. Donington, Macron, Rugby Village, NEC Birmingham, which is the 9th of April, 23rd of April, 29th of April, and 7th of May.
Crikey. It's quite a lot of, the North seems to have it much better than us for toy fairs, don't you think, Jeremy?
Oh, definitely. There's nothing like that around here.
No. I wonder if maybe we're just not looking in the right places. Possibly, I guess, but don't know. Who knows? Yeah. So, Mark, there's a note here. You sent me a couple of places. What's Vectis?
It's an auction house. Very well known now. He's reaching even over to America now. The things they've got are the really high-end, rare items that you wouldn't find anywhere else. They had a Vlix last month. They went for £8,000, which is their first shot.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's peanuts, really.
Compared to what it can go for.
The highest thing they've sold, I think, was Boba Fett. It was £26,000.
Oh, shit. Was that at least the one with the rocket pack?
No. Just
that's the rare one, though. That's the rare one, isn't it?
Quite a rare
carded Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's probably one I mentioned last week that my ex had.
last episode, Jeremy. Last episode.
Yeah, sorry, last episode, yeah.
Yeah, the Boba Fett seems to go for quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I was surprised because I thought it would be the rare one for 26k, but it's not, man. That's quite something. Crikey.
Yeah. I'm looking at their website now, you see.
Must be nice to have that kind of money.
Seriously.
But would it, though? I think it'll take the fun out of it. I like hunting things when I'm broke. Because then if you get a bargain, you think, yeah, I've got that. But if you could just go on eBay or wherever you were, right, I've got all this money, I could just buy it all straight away. There's no fun in it.
You know, it's funny you say that, Jeremy. Did you read in the paper, this did the rounds, I think, a couple of weeks ago? There was a girl who won, I think, 17 million or something, some ridiculous sum of money on the lottery, and she's suing the lottery because it's taken the fun out of shopping for her because she can afford anything she wants.
No,
it's absolutely
I
true
didn't
story.
read that.
Yeah, true story that. But
isn't that kind of counterproductive? Because if she wins, isn't she just going to get more money?
yeah, it's almost like she's doing it for she's not doing it for that reason. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know. Yeah.
Or she makes some kind of moral standpoint. Give it all away then.
Yeah, what happens if she wins? The lottery have to stop doing it? It just seems like a weird way of trying to get it done. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, so what we'll do then, since we've talked about where, we'll go to a quick break, and then when we come back, we will talk about how you find out more.
Let's talk about Loot Crate. Are you on a quest for epic gear, housewares and collectibles? Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 per month. Whether you're shopping for the geek in your life or you are that geek, Loot Crate is the best surprise you know is coming. Every month there's a different theme and new and exclusive items that you can only get with Loot Crate. Treat yourself every month or give the gift of geeking out to a friend or a loved one. Make sure to head to lootcrate.com/TalkStarWars and enter the code TalkStarWars and save $3 off your new subscription today.
And we're back. So we've talked about where you can buy them. Now we need to find out how did you guys come to learn these things about vintage. So Mark, when you're shopping for something particular, where do you do your research?
Well, this podcast.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, that's going to be a benchmark for new collectors.
It's generally books, really, and other podcasts, Vintage Rebellion, Archivecast, websites, the Imperial Gunnery, which is just for checking for repro weapons.
Okay.
There's Rebel Scum or the Star Wars UK forum, which good places to read up.
So Vintage Rebellion, is that a UK-based podcast or is that American?
It is, yes. It's
okay.
UK. I think it goes on for about 6 hours every month.
Oh, blimey. Okay. So they got 6 hours of this stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Man. And what was the other one? The
Archivecast, which is
Archivecast.
American-based.
Okay. And that's American. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do they just talk? They just talk vintage.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive stuff.
It is. We've got lots to catch up with.
Yeah, and then you got so you said the Imperial Gunnery. Is that a website or?
Yes, it is. It's also known as TIG.
TIG, okay.
Which is if you're looking for repro weapons,
yep,
or non-repro weapons, should I say? You need to check there.
Okay. So does that kind of tell you what to look for, or does it actually allow you to buy them?
No, you can't buy them there. It's just like an index on what not what to buy and what not to buy.
I see. Jeremy, how about you, mate?
I just nerd out on the internet and just YouTube. I found some interesting people on YouTube that talk me through their collections.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I've been on the Imperial Gunnery as well. But it's showing there's a vast amount of amazing knowledge out there that I'm a fairly novice collector, it's only been a year or so. And I learn so much every week just by listening to, guys like Mark. I mean, he knows his stuff, that Mark.
Mark from Blue Harvest, you mean? Absolutely.
Mark from Blue Harvest. I mean, I've written a few things about the Large 17, because I've never heard of the Large 17 until I got that poster, and I was like, who on earth are those guys? They look weird, but now I've realised they actually look really expensive. And,
nice. Okay.
But yeah, I did a couple of articles about Yakface and the Man and people like that, which are incredible figures when you look at them compared to the earlier, the 1977 ones. The details come on really, they're lovely figures to have and to look at, but you need to. Yeah. I didn't have a clue. I had to learn everything about them and then find out their backstories and generally spend hours trawling the internet reading about plastic things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we didn't talk about Mark your blog post on Talk Star Wars.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So you definitely you give the fans a lot of info. So you go into
try my very best.
Yeah.
I've started from Luke, obviously, fanboy Luke. I'm going to go through every figure.
Nice.
Every one of the 96.
Cool. So that's obviously that's now found thanks to Mark G's excellent reorganisation. It's now found under the TSW ToyBox section of the website,
which is fantastic, isn't it?
It's really cool. You can find YouTube stuff on there. You can find the written pieces that Mark's doing. You can find this podcast that we're doing. You can find all sorts of cool stuff.
Some of my old videos are on there as well, aren't they?
Yes, your collector series.
Falcon and stuff like that, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. You've got all sorts of stuff to play with there. Awesome. So that's where you can find out more. So you can find out more here. You can find out more on Talk Star Wars. We talked about Vintage Rebellion. Rebel Scum, is that another podcast or is that a website?
That's a website as well.
That's a website. Okay, cool. I'm having to know this both to obviously inform the listeners, but also because I have to look it all up for the show notes as well.
Yeah.
Make sure I look up the right thing. Otherwise I just end up linking to somebody who hasn't earned it. And that just feels inherently wrong. So you mentioned books, Mark.
Yeah.
So are there some particularly good books that you'd recommend for research purposes?
Yeah, the Vintage Action Figure, A Guide to the Collectors by John Kellerman, which it's very expensive. I haven't got one myself. I've been looking for one. I think they're about £400 on Amazon. Yeah. I think you can get one on eBay for about £300, but it is quite expensive. But it is an amazing book. I've seen one, but I've not got one, unfortunately, not yet.
Yeah. So this is the Kellerman book. Can go for £300.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. In charity bookshops, but.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time. Whenever I'm looking for a book, I go in charity shops because. And also second-hand bookshops because they don't always know what they've got.
No,
I find.
No.
And if you're lucky, then you can.
Lucky,
No, exactly. Well, not always possible, sadly. Jeremy, did you mentioned earlier that you had a book, right?
Yeah, I've got a collector's figures book for the figure. Obviously, the figures have had it for a few years, so they just go up to pre-Forced Awakens. And I didn't, when the figures went into the steroid stage where they're all enormous, I kind of lost interest then.
Yeah. Do you even force bra?
Yeah, exactly. They started looking ridiculous, and I stopped. But they're fantastic again now. I mean, the figures that I'd see Freddie destroy and rip out boxes, and I try not to cry and throttle him. But the toys that he plays with now, they're incredible things. I mean, they're absolutely amazing, so I'm quite jealous.
Yeah, I can imagine. So which other ones are there, Mark?
There's anything by Steve Sansweet.
Sansweet, okay.
Yeah.
So is he the kind of go-to on...
Have you heard of Rancho Obi-Wan? Yep. Yeah, he owns that.
Oh, okay.
Pardon me.
So if you're not available, he's the man to speak to, yeah?
Yeah. I was taken with him at Celebration last year.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Photograph. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Great man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
The action figure archive, probably one of his best books.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And that's is that an easy one to get hold of generally?
Yeah. It's
okay.
I'd say about £10-15 on eBay.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's quite reasonable.
Yeah.
I suppose he has limited control over how much it goes for, right? It's there's a retail price, and then it's up to supply and demand whether or not it's actually that's charged for.
Yeah.
So you can't really hold it against him. So don't even try, internet. Don't even try.
He's actually started working for Star Wars again.
Oh, has he really?
Okay. Film, yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
So any other books?
Action Figure Price Guide by Fantasia.
Action Figure Price Guide. Okay. Is that like like a collector's manual almost?
It hasn't come out since 2005.
Okay.
So the prices are way out of date, but it does give you a general idea on what really to go for.
Yeah, and I suppose obviously again that wouldn't include anything sort of post episode 3.
No.
Just by the nature of when it was released.
Yeah. I wish
that makes sense.
Update it.
Yeah, maybe we'll see it come back out in the next couple of years. Maybe now that the films have started kicking back into gear.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Any others?
From MECCANO To TRILOGO and MECCANO To TRILOGO Collector's Handbook by Stephane Faucourt.
Is there a heavy Star Wars theme in that one?
It's all the French Star Wars figures. It's we had Palatoy in the UK.
Yeah.
There's Kenner in America, and France had MECCANO.
Yeah.
So it's just all the rare.
Yeah.
These are variants again, aren't they?
Yeah. In the second wave, which are really nice.
Cool. So I think that's a good starting point for a vintage, for a new collector. I think that's a good place for them to kick their start into gear. Obviously, I'm sure we'll come back to the subject of vintage in future episodes anyway, by the nature of what we do. So, I think for now, I think that's a good place to sort of take a break and revisit it on a future episode. All that remains is to talk about what's on your radar for the next couple of weeks before we get together again. What are you hoping to have purchased?
Well, I just got an A-Wing fighter from the charity shop yesterday. So
superb.
I'm looking for an A-Wing fighter pilot.
That makes sense, because that's not going to be much use to you otherwise.
No, I've got a big fighter pilot in it at the moment.
Okay.
So I need an A-Wing. It's one of the last 17.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bet.
They're not one of the expensive ones, so are they? They're not too bad.
Not one of the high-end ones, but it's around about £30-40.
Okay. Yeah. So they're sort of in the last 17, but they're not one of the higher-end ones.
No.
Right, fair enough. Okay. Cool. So that's your next objective. Jeremy, how about you, mate?
I still want Magrido. I want Magrido, and I need the 3 dome head R2-D2, and Power Droid and R5-D4 and many others, but I've really got my heart set on getting a Greedo. So they can go for crazy money, so I'll draw my line at where I want to spend, and then that's it. I think with Echo Base, you've got to be quick. You go on Echo Base and you go, it's brilliant, and then you go to time, I'll have that, and then it's gone.
Yeah, so somebody's already spoken for it.
Yep. Yeah, you've got to be right place at the right time. I was really lucky with one of my favourites. But with Echo Base, you've got to be really quick, whereas eBay, you've got a bit more time on your hands.
Sure, yeah. That makes sense.
I'm also looking for
I've got a good excuse to buy now, you see.
Yes, of course. Well, there isn't. Do you ever need a true excuse, really, or are you just, I think that's fine?
Well, not everyone is as understanding.
Fair enough.
Grown up men collecting toys apparently is a bit weird.
What are the odds?
But if you say it like that, it does sound weird, but it's not,
It's odd, isn't it? Yeah.
Weird? No.
So, Mark, what about you? You mentioned you've mentioned you were about to get something else.
Well, I am wanting a Jawa.
You want a Jawa? Nice. Okay.
With a vinyl or cloth cape?
I would love a vinyl cape Jawa.
You're not going to get an original, though, are you? I wouldn't have thought.
No. I've just been looking at the Star Wars tracker. The ones are sold for £828 loose.
No.
It'll have to be a naked one or a cloth cape one.
I've got a naked one, I've got a cloth cape one, and I've got a one with a repro cape on it.
Okay.
Ooh. I know.
In future episodes, we're going to talk a lot about repro. So,
but
Mark can give you a dressing
really
down.
Helpful guys on Twitter telling me how to do it and stuff like that. So,
okay.
As long as you admit that it's repro, it doesn't matter, does it?
I suppose not. No, as long as you're not trying to sell it, not trying to misrepresent the sale. That's one thing. But
that's obviously fundamentally wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Be honest, kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right then. So this brings to a close the first inaugural proper episode of the TSW ToyBox. So it remains for me to thank Jeremy.
Thank you.
And to thank Mark for your time today.
Thank you very much.
And if you've liked the show, you can find out all about the TSW ToyBox at talkstarwars.co.uk and look at the TSW ToyBox section. You can find out all about the video series, the written posts, and all the bits and pieces that we do for the TSW ToyBox. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you.
And may the force be with you.
Let's talk about Loot Crate. Are you on a quest for epic gear, housewares and collectibles? Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 per month. Whether you're shopping for the geek in your life or you are that geek, Loot Crate is the best surprise you know is coming. Every month there's a different theme and new and exclusive items that you can only get with Loot Crate. Treat yourself every month or give the gift of geeking out to a friend or a loved one. You have until the 19th at 9 PM Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cut-off happens, that's it, it's over. Make sure to head to lootcrate.com/TalkStarWars and enter the code TalkStarWars and save $3 off your new subscription today.